London. And this is just the second game here. Third game started on the other court, court one. We want to be going back and forth. But one of the courts running a little bit ahead. We are unable to get to the other court unless we set it in progress, and we do not want to do that. We want to put out complete games here, and we're going to try our best to focus and get to the other court, but if we cannot, we apologize with the scheduling. And that's number 3, Reagan Tennell, making the play there for Cal Allen. It's giving Lady Cats a 15-13 lead. And on the serve, Ashley Robertson for Cal Allen. And London unable to get it over the net there, and point goes back over to Cal Allen. It's a 3-point game for the Lady Cats as Robertson gets ready to serve once again. Cal Allen picks up another point. They now lead 17-13, and we're going to get a timeout on the floor. We'll be back. This is Real Sports Live. Keep it here.
And you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
And coming out of the timeout, it's going to be a Cal Allen ace. I believe it went off one of the London players. Out of play as Ashley Robertson. With the service error, and it's 18-14. And back for London is going to be Giselle Delgado. And Tano sends it to the back row, and there's Marshall, and here's Delgado. Sends it out. And on serve is going to be Reagan Tennell for Cal Allen. And McNorton met at the net by a block from Molly Appleby. And there's Tennell, sends it to the back row, and it's not going to be returned. A nice effort there from Delgado and Marshall, but Tennell puts it over, and London unable to come up with the return, and it's now a 20-14 game. 6-point lead from Cal Allen. Here's Tennell. And McNorton over to Gonzalez. And McNorton sets it up for Rachel Graff, and Graff comes up with the play there. And it's a 5-point game, 20-15. Cal Allen leads. On the serve is going to be Elise Gonzalez for the London Lady Pirates. That one goes out of bounds. And the lead is now 6. Cal Allen running away with it here at the end of this set. So here's Amandica. Then on the serve, McNorton. That was a nice defensive play. Amber Smart there on the net. Nicely done. Here's the libero, Monique Gonzalez sending it over. McNorton sets it up in the middle for Rachel Graff, and after the whistle, it's going to result in a Cal Allen point, and it's a 22-15 lead for the Lady Wildcats. Here's Amanda Cadena. And nice play there in the middle of the net once again. Rachel Graff. And she's had a pretty solid match here so far. Able to make the most of some of the opportunities she's gotten. Relatively quiet so far, but makes a couple of nice plays there. She heads to the sideline. And Taylor Marshall with the serve. Put up, that one's sent over by Stratman. McNorton sets it up for a GD. Cal Allen sending it to the net. I believe that was Amber Smart. It's a 5-point game now. It's 22-17. And the Jetty right into the next score to play there. They're off camera, and as Cal Allen comes up with the point, and they now lead 23-17. And Marshall coming up, trying to make a play. But London unable to come up with a return, and it's a 7-point lead for Cal Allen. And now Monique Gonzalez about to serve as Cal Allen looks to close out this set. And they will, and off the ace, and that's going to do it here for set number one. Cal Allen comes up victorious, 25-17. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We're headed to set number two. Cal Allen leads 1-0.
Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are Rio Grande City and you're watching Real Sports Live. And you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez and I'm a partner. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Heading into set number two. Cal Allen takes set one, 25-17. So coming up, set number 2. Three-set games, 3-set matches, rather, and I believe we go 3 either way. They're all the 25. So get things going here is McNorton on that outside, sending it across the court and out of play as Cal Allen picks up the. And a little bit too much on this one from Araceli Garza. Sienna Suarez sends it over. And set up there for Tennell. And off the arms of Suarez as he gets over. And the point going to be given over to Cal Allen as they now lead 3-0. That one from the outside. Nicely done there. I believe that was Kerrigan Valdez coming up with that outside hit for the point as it falls just inside of that back line. And it's a 4-0 lead for Cal Allen. And Valdez. And there's Tennell. Forcing it down there at the net, 5-0, the lead now. And Cal Allen coming out strong here, and they've looked sharp. McNorton sets it up for a jetty in the center net. Going up there to contest Ashley Robertson, but it's going to result in London's first point. So Elena McNorton on to serve, sends it to the back row. Valdez sets it up. There's Tennell. Nice approach there. And it's going to be a London point after the whistle. And back-to-back points here for the Lady Pirates as they trail by 3 here in the early going with set number 2. And this one doesn't quite come back over the net for London as it falls on their end of the, on their side of the court. And point it back over to Cal Allen. And on the serve for Cal Allen, Victoria Stratman. And Stratman comes up with the ace. So here's Stratman. On the serve for Cal Allen. Here's a jump serve delivered to the back row, and it's not going to be returned. That's Sienna Suarez. Couldn't get control of it, and it's an 8-2 game, and timeout forced here on the court, and Cal Allen leads by 6. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
Vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are Portisville, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And coming out of that timeout, this one put down. Point going over to London as Phoebe Ajeti on to serve for London. There's Tennell on the outside. McNorton's there. There's Marshall. Sends it over. Skipping on the net. Nice play there. It kind of took the Cal Allen defense a little off balance. And the lead is now 4. And here's Ajeti on to serve for London. It's a little shallow, but Cal Allen unable to come up with it. And another point over to the Lady Pirates. They now trail by just 3. Tennell sends it over to Marshall, and there's McNorton. A nice effort there from Cal Allen, even though it went up high and off one of those backboards. And this one falls right in front of a couple of London players on that front line. Just guesses weren't expecting the ball. It falls just in front of them. And another point over to Cal Allen. This one out of play. London with the point, and Lachlan McGann on the serve, and have a whistle, stoppage in play here. And London gonna serve again, and Lachlan McGann on to do the honors for the Lady Pirates. And she sends that one out past that back line. Cal Allen now leads by 4 as Reagan Tennell heads to the service line for Cal Allen. There's a jump serve by Tennell, a little bit too much on it. Out of play, and score is now 10-7. Here's Aliceli Garza. Now I'm blown dead. Another point back over to London. And it's 10-8, and here's Garza. There's the jump serve. There's the set, and there's the return from Brooke Busenleonard. Rather Zoe Brown, and for Cal Allen. And another point for London. It's just a 1-point game now. There's a jump serve by Garza. And Garza on the back row. There's Tennell. There's the setup. And there's the kill. Zoe Brown coming up. Sees an opportunity, takes it, and comes up with the kill for the point. And Cal Allen now leads by 2. And here's Amanda Cadena on to serve for Cal Allen. And this serve not going to be returned. And Cadena picks up the ace. Cal Allen leads by 3, 12-9. They won the first set by 8, 25-17. And they come out and look sharp. Ten will send it over. And point going to go over to Cal Allen, and they now lead by 4. And this set up in the corner, but missed time there by Victoria Stratman, and she sends it into the net. For the London point, and here comes Elise Gonzalez for the Lady Pirates on the serve. Here's a setup by Tennell, and nicely played there by Amber Smart, but London ready for it. Gonzalez sends it over. Marshall with the set. There's a setup, and there's Tennell to the back row, a little too much on it, and point over to London. And the lead's 14-11. There's McNorton on the outside. Sends it right into Tennell, and out of play. Gives Cal Allen a point, and now they are on the service line. Monique Gonzalez coming in to serve for Cal Allen. And that one right to Elise Gonzalez as she two-hands it right into the net. I don't think she was expecting it for quite as fast, but now Cal Allen with a 5-point advantage and another timeout on the floor. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We're the Red Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
And here we go, 16-11. The score here. Cal Allen on top of London in set number 2. Cal Allen taking set number 1, 25-17, and they lead here 16-11. Here's a jetty. And this one over, and that was Lachlan McGann going low, trying to make a play on it. Couldn't despite the effort there, but now here's Cal Allen's Monique Gonzalez. And Marshall keeps it alive. McNorton sends it over. Gonzalez. Here's Tennell with the setup. That was Amber Smart there on the outside for Cal Allen. Gonzalez to the back row, and there's Marshall keeping it in play, and McGann sends it over. Here's the set by Tennell. And that was Victoria Stratman making the most of that. She gets credit for the kill and the point. 19-11, 8-point game, and Cal Allen rolling. There's Gonzalez. A nice play there from Marshall, and you gotta love the effort there, but goes out of play. But nice play there from Marshall. Either way, and Marshall sends that one skipping over the net. And Cal Allen catches London off guard there of sorts. And they now lead by double digits, 21-11 here in set number 2. And that was Rachel Graff there making the play on the center net. And point over to London, and it's now 21-12 with the libero Taylor Marshall on the serve. Actually, not Marshall on the serve. It's going to be Rachel Graff. Now some discussion, I believe, on rotations here on the London side, and it's been all Cal Allen here. We had a closer set number 1, but Cal Allen coming out here looked pretty impressive here in their first game of pool play. We had Corpus Christi King defeat Sinton 2 out of 3. I believe we're getting the rotations in order for the London side. And the officials sorting this out, and while they sort it out, we'll take a break. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
That time again. It's time to register your child for school. There are 3 simple steps. Step 1, call McAllen ISD, 687-MISD. Step number 2, let us help you choose the right school for your child. With over 30 options in the city, we're bound to find the perfect match and fit for your child. Step 3, get ready for the first day of school. Classes begin August 26th. Remember, you can live anywhere and attend our schools. And even if you're already registered somewhere else, it's never too late to join the McAllen ISD family.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
We are Edinburgh Bella, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Now, coming out of that brief timeout, we're trying to figure it all out. And it's a 22-13 Cal Allen lead. And here's London on the serve, and that's Elena McNorton at the service line for Lady Pirates. Norton sends it over to Tennell. There's a set. And back to Tennell. And Tennell with the kill. And Tennell making first contact. Bumps it over, and then they set it back right to her, and she's able to take advantage on the nice outside hit. Makes it a 10-point game. There's a jump serve from Victoria Stratman. Set up, here's a jetty. And set it up and into the net. That was Zoe Brown. Immediately turns around and says, "That's on me." But it's a 23-14 lead for Cal Allen, and Phoebe Ajetti on the serve. Set it up, Tennell two-hands it. There's Ajetti on the back row, ignoring on the set. It looked like Elise Gonzalez sent it right into the net. Set point coming up for Cal Allen. Ashley Robertson. To the back row, there was Marshall. Tennell. And a nice play there to end the set. And that was number 17, Kerrigan Valdez. And makes it 25-14. Cal Allen takes set number 2. From London, so that's gonna do it here. They win in 2 sets. Oh, they're gonna switch sides, and I believe we're gonna get set 3 coming up. Actually, no, so it's gonna be a win in the straight sets for Cal Allen. I thought we were going to do 3 sets regardless, but it's going to be Cal Allen winning 25-17, 25-14 over London. So we're going to take an intermission, and while Miller and Moody are finishing up their game, I believe they're in 3 sets. They're early in the 3rd set. We'll take a break. We'll wait for that one to finish, and then we're going to take you to that side of the court. Coming up next, King is going to be playing. Cal Allen coming up next. So we saw King and Cal Allen already. Both winners there. So we're going to wait out Miller and Moody, and we're going to send some coverage over to court 1, and we're going to come back with 2 teams that have already won. Gregory Portland, Sharyland Pioneer coming up next. So we'll go to that 4th game, and we're going to take a brief intermission, and we'll be back. This is Real Sports Live. Keep it here.
And I've got my plan. I say lob it to Ryan Perez in the paint off a couple of screens.
Esquivel to Garcia. Off the deflection. Los Fresnos comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a 3. Bang! Santa Maria!
There's Warner. Here comes a headed jam. Counted for 2. Field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off. And it's saved.
What a game. What's this? Smack. To the left. That is gone.
Lob for Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard. Count it. And a win. And a win. Ryan Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go nuts. And why not?
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Real Sports Live. I'm Mark Molina. And we are coming to you from Bishop High School. and we are going to be right back.
Safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown. And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Hi, I'm Joe with Valencia Heating and Air. Are you worried that your AC might not make it through another brutal summer? Well, I can offer you affordable air conditioning comfort with custom prices that won't break the bank. We service all units across the Coastal Bend, and there's no additional weekend or after-hour fees. We treat our customers the way we would want to be treated, especially when it comes to costly repairs. So if you need service, repairs, or replacement, call Joe to keep you cool. Valencia Heating and Air.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mark Molino. Want to apologize for that. Had some technical issues before we could go on the air, but we are here and we are live from Bishop High School. I'm Mark Molino, and we're calling the action here varsity volleyball action. Corpus Christi King taking on the hosting Bishop Lady Badgers. Best of five coming up here in about 30 seconds to a minute, and we're going to take one more break, and we're going to come back with the start of this. Make sure to follow, like, share, and let everybody know that you're watching here at Real Sports Live. We'll be back. Start first serve when we return.
You're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are moments away from the start of this matchup between Corpus Christi King and the Bishop Lady Badgers. Corpus Christi King coming off a long weekend of volleyball. They played in the McDonald's Spike Fest, made it to the gold bracket, And after coming out of pool play in first place and then going to the gold bracket where they ran into a lot of really good teams, a good team in their own right. They took on Gregory Portland and Port Lavaca Calhoun in Saturday action and finished 4th in the gold division. Did the Lady Mustangs. And here they are on the road. Now let's go through their roster. Starting with number 1, Madison Pimentel. Number 3, Isabella Silva. Number 4, Harley Garrix. Yanalise Galadasa. Number 7, Danae Cullum. Number 8, Natalie Garcia. Number 9, Lillian McCoy. Number 12, Gabriela Jones. Number 13, Jimena Sosa. Number 14, Miranda Lopez. And number 15, Libby Foster for the Corpus Christi King Lady Mustangs. And for the Bishop Badgers, number 1, Hannah Griffin. Number 2, J.D. Zamora. Number 5, Maddie Reese. Number 6, Sarah DuPont. Number 7, Mia Tamez. Number 11, Katie Winters. Number 12, Caitlin Vera. Number 13, Gabby Salazar. And again, I want to thank everybody for watching this, wherever you guys are watching at, whether it be on Facebook, on YouTube, Twitter. Make sure to share this link, especially if you're in the area. We got a lot of Corpus games in this weekend, and here we are in Bishop, trying to get around to majority of the Coastal Bend. Here's starting this good start in the middle of the net. Lillian McCoy got set up nicely, and a nice play there to get started. McCoy had a really nice tournament, played very well, and another point here to start as King gets out to a 2-0 lead, and Gabriela Jones back to serve for the Lady Mustangs. And there's McCoy on the net. Just a nice play there, just knowing where the ball was going. Finding it, timing it right there in the center net. Getting the Lady Badgers on their heels, and the quick 3-0 start here. And a nice play on the outside, that far side. Outside hit for Bishop, yielding the first point there. And Gabriela Jones trying to come up with it but could not. Here's the libero, Hannah Griffith. And there's McCoy on the outside once again. Picking up the kill. And this time moving out to that far outside position. A nice attack and on that outside hit there. And it's a 4-1 lead for King. And then here on this near side, it's Miranda Lopez. Lopez herself having a really solid outing at this weekend's tournament, and nice approach there at the net. Good attack, but Bishop was ready, and they're gonna. Here's Bishop, center net, right back at him, and that's Katie Winters coming up with the kill on the center net there, calling for it, timed it really well, got the placement down, and it's a 4-2 lead here for King. And on the service line, it's Sarah DuPont for Lady Badgers. Here's a jump serve, and this one out past the end line. And it's going to be King's serve. Here's Miranda Lopez at the service line for the Lady Mustangs. And checking in is Libby Foster as Madison Pimentel heads to the bench. And here's a return by DuPont. Here's a setup on the outside for Foster. And Foster, and there's J.D. Zamora getting, with the save, getting it over. And they're going to set up Foster once again. A nice play in the center net. The block and the kill. Katie Winters. Just a nice heads-up play there. See our split screen replay on our right. There's a lot going on here. They try to get Foster going. He sees Zamora there, saves it. Just a nice play. Put it up, and Winters is ready for it. And the score, 6-3 there as King puts up another point. And here's the libero, Harley Guerra, on the serve. The outside, two-handed move there by Maddie Reese. And it's a 6-4 lead, and Bishop's Katie Winters in the serve for the Lady Badgers. Jump serve there by Winters to the back row. Lopez is there. Guerra with the return. Bishop ready for it. There's a setup and a running attack there by Caitlin Vetta. Nice play on the back row by Katie Winters, and on the net, Libby Foster unable to get a handle on it for the return. And the jump serve by Winters skips just over the net. Now this one returned by Guerra. Winters with the bump. Here's the return by Zamora. Here's a setup for Gabriella Jones, and she's going to send it out past that end line, and 6-all. We're tied up. Here's Winters, Lopez. Set it up here for Maddie Ruiz. There's Garrett with the bump. Here's the setup into the center net for Foster, but nice play there as whistle, point over to King. Here's Cullum with the serve, and it's going to fall fair, and an ace served up here by Danae Cullum, and King back up by 2. It's 8-6 here in set number 1. Here's a serve by Cullum. This will return. Nice play by DuPont on the back row. This one popped up high by Lopez. Cullum setting up Jones. Here's the setup from Zamora for Reese. And Reese with the kill there as Lopez slides in, goes low. Trying to make the save, but cannot. Here's Caitlin Vetta serving with her team down 1. Nice setup. And McCoy was expecting it. I think she saw Libby Foster, and I guess a little confusion there on the front row. Looks like it was set up nicely there. Just a little hesitation by both players at the net. And here's Jones. Sends it off Hannah Griffith, the libero, who pops it up high, and it falls in favor of King. And it's a 9-8 lead for the Lady Mustangs as Madison Pimentel heads to the service line for the Lady Mustangs. Zamora setting it up for Griffith. And here's Lopez on the outside. Zamora sets up DuPont for the outside hit, and off for Pimentel. Now Sarah DuPont in that far outside part of the net, set up nicely there by Zamora. And here's McCoy with the answer, and she sends it right towards Mia Tamez. There's McCoy, center net. Zamora saves it. Then there was a return by Salazar. Here's Lopez with the return, and nice play on the front of the net there. I believe that was Gabby Salazar. Great timing from the front row of Bishop. And here's the Hannah Griffith serve. They try to set up Galarza there, but Galarza sends it to that far right corner and out of play, and it's going to be Griffith to serve again for Bishop. Here's Miranda Lopez, and there's a return. And Zamora setting it up for Katie Winters. And here's Lopez on the outside. Nice outside attack. Caitlin Vetta was there, but unable to make a play on the ball as it bounces off of her and out of play. And now here is Lily McCoy on the serve, and McCoy on the service error sends it into the net, and Bishop now leads 12-11. Back and forth game here in set number 1. Set Lopez here in the center of the net, and Lopez just either mistimed it or hesitated a little bit, but she sends it to the net. And this one out of play and past the end line and back over to King, but here's Lopez a moment ago. Maybe perhaps the setup not quite what she wanted or expected as she approached the net. And here she is serving. There's Griffin. There's the setup for Vetta, who's going to send it into the net and tie things up here at 13-all. And Miranda Lopez serves it. There's Griffith. There's Zamora. Nicely done. There's Winters, set up by Zamora, who's been relatively quiet there, but she's done a nice job at setting up her teammates there on the front of the net and giving them good opportunities. And specifically, Winters is taking advantage. Here's Foster coming back with the answer. But Zamora has played well here up front. And it's 14-on. Here's the libero Harley Guerra on the serve. And this one returned by Zamora. Here's the setup on the outside for Jones. And that one sent back the other way, and Bishop back in the lead. It's 15-14. Lady Badgers on top. Katie Winters heads to the service line now for Bishop. And nice play there. Danae Cullum saw it come down right near the net. She goes straight up. Sends it over with the left. Looks like the Bishop defense not expecting that one at all. But nice heads up play there by Cullum as she sends the serve. Cullum setting up Foster, who kind of ran into Cullum there. There's Zamora. Another set. And there's McCoy, just set up beautifully there by Danae Cullum. And McCoy, whenever she's gotten a clean look at it, gets up there and sends it down with enough power. She's gotten them down a good percentage of the time, and here's a serve not to be returned as Bishop picks up an ace. And Corpus Christi King up 17-15. And then A. Cullum sends it over Griffith. There's Zamora. Setting up Vetta. And Vela this time, the beneficiary of a nice setup there by Zamora in the center net. And Guerra sends it near the net, skipping, and Gabby Salazar gets a hand on it, and that's enough to change the direction and kind of caught the back line on its toes, or off its toes rather, as the ball goes out of play. And here's a serve by Pimentel. Zamora sets up there for DuPont, and DuPont with a nice outside hit for the spike and the kill, and Bishop picks up another point. And there's McCoy set up by Cullum, and Cullum's done a good job, especially around the net. It's close. She's done nicely down there, at least close to the net. A nice play there by Zamora. She set up a few of her teammates, and that one was her on the offensive, and she was able to cash in with a point. But she's done well near the net, as has Cullum, just able to set it straight up there, and so they can be a tricky part of the net. And here's McCoy, just met there by Sarah DuPont, and DuPont goes up for the block. And now we're all squared away at 19 all, and here in set number 1. And here's Hannah Griffith. Lopez. And that one tapped over by Cullum. Set up there in the middle for Winters. Cullum sets up on the outside. Lopez two-hands it over, and there's Veta with the save. There's McCoy. Winters pops it up. Zamora for DuPont. There's Guerra. And McCoy backhands it over to get the best of that rally. Lillian McCoy once again shows her prowess up front. And DuPont sends it right towards Guerra, and Guerra visibly disappointed that she sees that one fly off of her and out of play, and we're outside of 20 all. And here's DuPont. Lopez with the return. Zamora setting up Winters in the middle of the net. Guerra. Pimentel pops it up, sets it up for Lopez. And here's Zamora setting up Winters, and Winters right towards Guerra, who's there to pop it up. Pimentel with the back row attack. And the center net. Nice play there by Galatasaray. Nice awareness by Galatasaray on that front row, giving her team a 21-20 lead here. And Miranda Lopez back on the serve. Zamora finds it. Winters one-hands it there, and there's Guerra ready for it. And there's a setup for Foster. Griffith bumps. Zamora sets up for Vera. And it's 21 all here. And JD Zamora back to serve for Bishop. She's played extremely well and just been all over that front row for Bishop. Has really made a difference, and she'll pick up an ace here. And we're going to get a timeout from Corpus Christi King. And while the Lady Mustangs want to talk about it, the Bishop Lady Badgers in front 22-21. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back. This is Real Sports Live.
Cherryland Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, and fresh off the timeout, and it's Libby Foster that comes up with the outside attack for the spike and the kill, and it's 22-all, and King on the serve, and it's Harley Guerra. And nice play there, good heads up by Veta as it bounced off DuPont, and there's Jones on the outside. A little bit of a missed time there, and she goes up with it and sends it into the net, and it's a 23-22 lead for Bishop here in set number 1. And at the line is Katie Winters. And once again, that's Gabriella Jones into the netting. There on the outside, maybe not getting the height that she's desired, or just set up not what she expects there as Winters sends this one over. Serve receives, set up there for Libby Foster. And Libby Foster gets up high and kills it for the point. And here's Danae Cullum. Zamora. Nice play there by McCoy on the net. And Zamora sends it to the back row. Lopez for Jones. Griffith, Zamora is setting up Vera. And the whistle on the point over to Bishop. And it's 24-24. We're going to get a timeout on the floor. And this set number 1, a close one. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. Tied 24-all. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
Music.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 24-24. King and Mia Tamez on the serve for Lady Mustangs. And Cullen with the serve. Zamora one-hands it. There's Garrett Cullum setting up McCoy, and there's a double block with McCoy ready for it. They set up Vera, and that went into the net, and King with the advantage. And Cullum with the serve. Zamora pops it up. Griffith with the return. Lopez sets to McCoy, and McCoy sends it out of play, and that one was close. So here in the split screen. And King with the advantage once again. They lead 26-25. Madison Pimentel. On the serve. And there's McCoy. Sends it right at Veta, but Veta's ready for it. Griffith to DuPont, who returns it. They're going to set up. And McCoy, with the finesse touch, sends it over a couple of defenders there. And McCoy has been power, and we see here she was power there. And this one goes up. And here's the setup. You see McCoy goes in, strong attack, and just sees what they give her on the front, and she's able to finesse it over those two defenders. And King leads 27-25 and takes the victory in set number 1. A couple of minutes away from set number 2. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll return, and Corpus Christi King leads 1-0.
See the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Hi, I'm Joe with Valencia Heating and Air. Are you worried that your AC might not make it through another brutal summer? Well, I can offer you affordable air conditioning comfort with custom prices that won't break the bank. We service all units across the Coastal Bend, and there's no additional weekend or after-hour fees. We treat our customers the way we would want to be treated, especially when it comes to costly repairs. So if you need service, repairs, or replacement, call Joe to keep you cool. Valencia Heating and Air.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are on our way. Set number 2 starting with the serve from Madison Pimentel. And here's Lopez on the outside, setting that one, but Griffith ready for it. That's Winters sending it over. Cullum setting up for McCoy. And McCoy, another finesse play up on the net. And McCoy rolling here, having a really good start in set number 1. Finishing that set strong, and here's Pimentel with the jump serve. Zamora setting up DuPont, and DuPont right towards Guerra, and Guerra goes low and couldn't come up with it, and keep the ball in play. And here's DuPont. Sends that one right onto the top of the net here, and King with the 2-1 lead. Natalie Garcia on the serve for King, and Garcia sends it into the net, and we are tied once again. King winning that first set, 27-25. They lead 1-0, and here's JD Zamora with the serve. It's set up, here's McCoy, and McCoy into a double block. Courtesy of Katie Winters and Caitlin Vetta. And Zamora on to serve again, as you see the replay over on our right. You see McCoy right into that wall of green. King enters back and ties the game up 3-3 now, with McCoy back to the service line for the Lady Mustangs. Ball sent over. There's Lopez. There's Zamora. It's popped up, but whistle and over to King. And nice play there. On the net by Cullum. And King doubling up Bishop, and we're going to get an early timeout from the Lady Badgers. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
Maryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 6-3. King in front of Bishop, and Lily McCoy over to serve for the Lady Mustangs. Here in set number 2, Lady Mustangs leading 1-0. They took set number 1, 27-25. A lot of power there on that outside. And it's Katie Winters coming out of the timeout strong for Bishop and sends it into a couple of green shirts for Corpus Christi King and Katie Winters. And there's DuPont. And the return by Lopez skips the top of the net. Zamora's there. And they set up Zamora, who sends it to the back row of King. And nice play there by Yannalis Galatza. And we're going to get another timeout on the floor. And King up 8-4. Keep it here, ladies and gentlemen. We're Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Down. See you later, touchdown.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Coming out of that timeout. And it's King here with making a nice play on the net defensively, and now they 9-4. Zamora is setting up behind her for Gabby Salasad. Here's Harley Guerra. Skips it over the net. Zamora's there. There's the save. Salasad sends it over. And picks up the point. And on the serve, here's Caitlin Vetta. And there's Galarza. Strong outside hit. For the point. And King double up again, and it's a 10-5 lead. And here's Guerra. And it's going to fall out of play. That one was rather close. Point goes over to Bishop. And on to serve Mia Tamez. Here's the setup for Natalie Garcia. And from the back row, the attack from Caitlin Vetta. Kyler Ross is there trying to send it over, but instead sends it into that net. And Bishop, a couple of back-to-back points. They now trail 10-7. And Libby Foster, a little bit too much on it there. And that one rolls to the Bishop's side, and there's DuPont Guerra. Setting up Cullum. It gives Garcia a chance, and the point going to go over to Corpus Christi King. Or rather, the point's going to go over to Bishop as the officials figuring it out here. Zamora sends it over to Guerra. Cullum with the set. And there's DuPont. Cullum setting up Foster. And a nice play by Tamez for the save. Guerra sending up Lopez for the back row attack. Nice play. Griffith getting down for that dig. And Caitlin Vera sends it to the back row. And Cullum trying to set up Natalie Garcia. Zamora setting up DuPont cross court. And Guerra can't get to it. And nicely done as Bishop ties it up. It's 10-all. Here's Mia Tamez. And Foster. All power there with the answer. And McCoy checks in. And a miss hit there by Caitlin Vera. Goes out of play. And Bishop back up by 2. Mia Tamez back on to serve for the Lady Mustangs. And that one sails out of play. And point over to Bishop. And the libero, Hannah Griffith. And there's McCoy. Just checking in a moment ago and comes out, makes a play. Lopez. There's Pimentel from the back row. Zamora setting up DuPont, and Pimentel's there, but sends it out of play. They set up McCoy there, but Zamora and Winters were ready for it. Nice defensive play by the Lady Badgers, and we're tied at 13. Here's a serve from DuPont. This one not going to be returned, and an ace gives Bishop the lead. They lead 14-13. And Lopez with the spike sends it back deep. And that's going to be off of Griffith. And it's 14-all now. Natalie Garcia on the serve. Zamora sets up Veta. There's Garcia. They set up McCoy again, and Zamora's ready for it, and DuPont returns. Set up Lopez on the outside, and that one out of play, and Bishop back in the lead. And here's J.D. Zamora on the serve. They set up McCoy on the outside, and McCoy this time gets it to go. She rotated out to that far side corner. She gets a good look at it and able to spike it in for the kill. And here's Zamora for Winters, and Winters with the answer. Bishop in front, 16-15. Winters with the jump serve. Galarza with the return. And it's on the net. Cullum went up for it. Couldn't quite get there. And another point over to Bishop. Morris sets up. Back row attack for Winters. Falls, and it's a 3-point lead for Bishop. And Bishop rolling right now with all the momentum as Winters serves. Set up for Galatasa. Galatasa over to Winters, way up high, but Zamora sets up Veta, and Veta sends it over and out. Here's Miranda Lopez at the line for Corpus Christi King. Lopez waits for it, sends it over. Zamora setting up Veta on the far side, but there's Lopez. Here's Libby Foster, and Foster with authority. Sends it right towards Hannah Griffith, who wasn't ready for it. Or rather, she was, but a lot of power. Put out there by Libby Foster. There's the outside. There's Veta. And her spike heads to the back row, and Kyla Ross tries to find it, goes low, can't get there in time, make a play. And Veta with the serve. There's Ross. Galatza. Met by Gabby Salazar at the net, and it's a 3-point game once again, 20-17, and Bishop in front. Here's the setup. There's Foster once again. And Foster just to the middle part of the floor on that back row. Just gets the placement down. Nice timing on it. She's done that twice here in the last couple of minutes. And here's a setup for DuPont. And there's Lopez. Sends it straight for Zamora. And Zamora gets her hands on it for the return. And here's the outside. Natalie Garcia. Zamora's there. Griffith returns. Lopez. Cullum. Here's Foster again. And they're going to say that one out of play. It looked like it might have went off one of the hands of a Bishop player, but no dice if you're cheering for King. And it's a 3-point game once again with Bishop in front. And here's Mia Tamez with the serve. And they set up Foster again. And there's Zamora getting low for it. They're going to set up Foster once more. Nice play there by Veta. Whistle. King point. And it's a 2-point game, 21-19. Danae Cullum at the service line for King. Here's the serve. Veta. Zamora finds it. Griffith with the return. Lopez setting up McCoy, and there's McCoy. Who sends it over to Tamez. DuPont with the return. Guerra, nice play. Here's McCoy. McCoy puts it down. And heads up play there by the Badgers, and a nice rally going on here between the two. They're going to set up McCoy again, and this time McCoy gets it off of Griffith. And Lillian McCoy makes it a 1-point game, and around the net for King, whether it be Fox, a really big reason why King's been successful. And there's an ace there by Cullum, and we're all tied up at 21 all. And King seizing all the momentum. Zamora sets up for DuPont, and DuPont sends it over, and it's going to fall fair. Well, it's actually going to go out, and it's going to be King ball. King serve. And And here's Cullum on the serve. Zamora sets up DuPont. And that one out of play. But they're going to say one of the King players got a hand on it. It's 22 all. And King gives up the lead once again. Bishop on the serve. Here's Griffith. Cullum sets up Foster. It rolls. Zamora's there. Set up DuPont. And nice play there by Guerra. Guerra makes a save. And nice play. There's McCoy. Guerra once again. Cullum sets up McCoy. And that front row, McCoy coming up big there. A couple of plays, and that's worth another look. See, and then McCoy got a couple of shots at it and finally able to get it to go, and it's 23-23. Here's a setup. DuPont. Into a double block. And King with a chance now. Take a 2-0 lead. And we're going to go to that replay. We'll see what happened. Here's the serve. And DuPont set up nicely there, but Lopez and McCoy were there making all the difference. And it's a 24-23 lead for King. They lead by one set. They won the first 27-25. Another close set here. And things really picking up here late. Bishop's led by as many as 3 late here in this set. So Madison Pimentel on the serve for Corpus Christi King. Her team a point away from taking a 2-0 lead. And Pimentel sends it right into the net and ties it up. And now what you like to see, especially with the set on the line, it's 24 all now with DuPont back to serve for Bishop. He's set up. Here's McCoy once again, and McCoy sends it over and out. Now Bishop with a chance to tie it up. And we're going to get a timeout here from King as Bishop on the verge of trying to tie this match. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Bishop leads by a point. Here's Lopez on the return. Here's a setup from Zamora. And Cullum's there, but Guerra makes a nice save, and McCoy sends it over. Here's Zamora for Winters. DuPont setting up for Winters again. Lopez. Guerra's there. Pimentel on the return. Griffith. And here's Winters. Pimentel on that back row. They set it up for McCoy again, but Zamora's there. Here's Lopez on the outside. Griffith there ready. DuPont sends it to Garcia. And here's Pimentel. Zamora setting up Winters center of the net. And it's a tie game. As it goes off of Danae Cullum after a lengthy rally. And Bishop wins 26-24. We're all squared away here in this match. Couple of nice plays on both sides. And there's Winters. Finally is getting it to go there as Danae Cullum sends it out of play. And Bishop wins set number 2, 26-24. To set 3 we go. We'll be back. This is Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Joe with Valencia Heating and Air. Are you worried that your AC might not make it through another brutal summer? Well, I can offer you affordable air conditioning comfort with custom prices that won't break the bank. We service all units across the Coastal Bend, and there's no additional weekend or after-hour fees. We treat our customers the way we would want to be treated, especially when it comes to costly repairs. So if you need service, repairs, or replacement, call Joe to keep you cool. Valencia Heating and Air.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get going for set number 3. And we are squared away at 1, set 3, coming your way. And Bishop, with a strong finish to set number 2, they've tied up this match, and it's now a best of 3. Here's King, quick start, and there's McCoy. Had a couple opportunities at the end of set number 2, and back row doing a good job, and Griffith sees that one go off of her and out of play as King gets on the board first. And here's a ace for King, and it's 2-0. And another. And King with a 3-0 start here coming out. And Natalie Garcia sees it fall, and another ace. And Natalie Garcia can't believe it as she heads back to the service line. And this one in play, and this one returns. There's DuPont. Cullum pops it up. Pimentel setting up Lopez on the outside. Double block there. It's Zamora and Katie Winters. Coming up with a double block there on the net. But it's King with a 4-1 lead after a nice start on the service line from Garcia. A nice return there. I believe that's Yaina Liz Galarza. Lily McCoy on the serve. Team up 5-1. And McCoy with the serve. Zamora for Winters. And that one falls right behind Miranda Lopez. Lost it, saw it fall just inside the line, about 2 inches to the right, and it's a 3-point game, 5-2. King leads. It's J.D. Zamora. Heads to the line. Serve, here's Lopez. And that one out of play. And it's 5-3. Zamora. Here's the setup. Galarza. And DuPont's waiting for it. Zamora setting up Vera. Cullum on the outside, and Lopez is ready for it. And Lopez with a nice attack on the outside. Picking up the kill. And Galarza on the net waiting for it. Timed it just right. And able to put it down for the kill. And King back up by 4. It's 7-3. And Lopez into the net. And here's Katie Winters. Winters with the jump serve. There's Lopez. Cullum. And Harley Garrett sends it over. And Garrett with the back row attack for the kill. And the whistle going the way of King. And they now lead by 5. It's 9-4. A little bit of discussion on the court between Bishop and one of the near side officials. And this serve out of play. It's a 9-5 lead. Harley Garrett sends it over and out, and a couple of points in a row off of some King miscues, and it's a 3-point lead. King leads 9-6 with the serve. Belongs to Bishop, and here's Caitlin Vetta. Nice play at the net there by Garcia, but Bishop ready for it. There's DuPont, sends it over. Garrett for Lopez, and Lopez sends it to the back row. Zamora is there. Maddie Ruiz sends it over. Cullum setting up Foster, but she runs into a couple of Lady Badgers there. I believe that was Gabby Salazar and Maddie Ruiz on the play at the net. And it leads 11-6. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. King leads Bishop 11-6 here in set number 3. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live.
A nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the middle of set number 3. King coming up big here at the start of set 3. They're up 11-6. First 2 sets hotly contested by both teams, going down to the wire, and this one over and out of play, and it's going to be another point for King. First set went to King, 27-25, and then Bishop winning set number 2, 26-24. And right now, King doubling up on Bishop as they lead by 6. It's 12-6. And the setup, and there's McCoy sending it off DuPont and Gabby Salazar. And it's a 7-point lead. And Cullum with the serve. And there's McCoy waiting for the return. And Lillian McCoy is what a game she's had up front. Imposing. And athletic on the net here. And this one a little bit too much by Maddie Ruiz. And King just rolling here in set number 3. And they're just coming out. You can tell they had some disappointment after falling like that the way they did in set number 2. A late spurt by Bishop. Gave him the win in set number 2, but they've come out here a little sluggish, and King up by 10. It's 16-6. Here's Cullum with the serve. Here's a setup for DuPont and into the net there. And those two imposing figures, Libby Foster and McCoy, were there, but don't know if it would have made a difference. I believe DuPont hit the top of that netting there. It looked like the ball was going to come up short either way, but in case it didn't, though, the wall was there. And it's a 17-6 lead for King. So Danae Cullum back to serve. After 2 tight back and forth sets to start, King has come out here and put it on Bishop. And we have the officials checking the rotation, making sure all is in order. I believe we're ready to go now with Danae Cullum back to serve for Corpus Christi King. And this one out of play, and King up a dozen. 18-6. And this one out of play is Cullum. Sends it over the end line, and it's a 11-point hole here for the Badgers. Mia Tamez on the serve. They're going to set up McCoy, and McCoy making it look easy. And they're right back there to Tamez. We're going to see the replay here as Madison Pimentel serves, but it's a nice setup right here by Cullum, and McCoy reading it the whole way. Another ball out of play, and it's a 20-7 King lead. They lead by a baker's dozen. It's Madison Pimentel sends it over. Zamora. Guerra on the outside for Lopez. Lopez to Tamez, who puts it up, and it hits that near side pole and out of play. And it's a 14-point lead. And Pimentel puts it in play. There's DuPont. And DuPont just sneaks it inside that is near side, far left, right corner rather. Set up on the outside for Lopez, and Veda's there for it. And Zamora runs into Griffith. McCoy setting up Cullum, and McCoy right back the other way. The bump for Cullum, and McCoy reading it the whole way. She continues her dominance on the net, and here's Natalie Garcia. Here's DuPont. And there's McCoy and Lopez making their presence felt. They're going to set it up again. And Galarza sends it over. DuPont with the punch. Cullum. Pimentel. Here's Lopez, and Lopez mistimes it just a tad, a half second late on that one. And she sends it into the net. And the lead's 13. It's 22-9. And here's Sarah DuPont. Nice play there by Lopez. Cullum for Galarza. Galarza sends it back. And it falls just fair. And here's McCoy on the serve. Zamora for Winters. And Winters over and out. And King one away from taking a 2-1 lead. They lead by 15. Barring something drastic here. They should take the lead. And this one sent out of play, and it's back down to a 14-point lead. And McCoy gonna have a seat, take a breather, well deserved. It's just had a monster game. And on the line to serve is gonna be JD Zamora, who's had a really solid game in her own right. I believe a sideline warning, perhaps, or a warning over there to the crowd. They're off camera over on the home side. Here's Cullum. Galarza with the runner. Here's Winters, and she sends it out, and that's going to do it here for set number 3. Corpus Christi King with an emphatic answer. They win 25-10 in set number 3. Headed to set 4. Can keep rebound and force a 5th set. Keep it here. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back.
District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are headed to set number 4. King won the first set 27-25, and Bishop answered with the 26-24 win in set number 2. But Corpus Christi King, after falling late in set 2, after seeing it slip from their hands, come out and just put it on Bishop and has rolled to a 25-10 set 3 win. And they are here trying to close it out. And we'll see if the Lady Badgers can rebound. So starting things off here is going to be Madison Pimentel for the King Lady Mustangs. Here's a jump serve, Pimentel. There's Griffith, Zamora for Winters, and a double block there from Garcia and McCoy. Cullum, say to McCoy. McCoy right there on the net. Gets a return after a nice play by Veta, but McCoy is ready for it. And she has just had herself one heck of a night. Pimentel, the jump serve. Zamora to Winters. There's Lopez. Cullum setting up Garcia, but DuPont and Winters are there for the answer. It's 1-1. DuPont with the serve. Set up. There's McCoy, and McCoy on that center net once again, almost automatic. Now to serve, Natalie Garcia. And McCoy at the net, and Winters is there, as is Veta. And 2-2, and we are I believe the score wrong here on the scoreboard. It's 3-2 now. We correct on the home scoreboard here, and we correct it on our screen, and it's a 3-2 lead after Bishop comes up with that point. And here comes J.D. Zamora. Zamora has had one of those quiet, solid games as a setter, but she's been on point here, and she's played very well up front. And Galazza gets it sent back her way from Winters and Ruiz. Guerra pops it up. They set it up, and there's McCoy. Zamora ready for it. Ruiz setting up Veta. Veta over. Pimentel ready for it on the back row. And there's Lopez. And Ruiz and Winters there for the double block. Send it rolling back to J.D. Zamora. On to serve now. Pimentel. Cullum. Lopez, center net. Griffiths is there. Gets down low for that dig. And there's McCoy. Goes head-to-head with Winters and point McCoy. There's a lot of size and athleticism around this net. You look at players like McCoy, Libby Foster, and even Lopez on the outside, just really solid attackers when it comes to either center net on the outside. You look at Winters, who's also played very well, and there's Galarza, an athletic. Tall presence on the net in her own right. And King with a 2-point lead, and here's Lydian McCoy. Zamora sets up Winters, and here's Galarza. Nice play there by Galarza on the net, and as Veta able to save it sort of and send it over, but out of play, and King doubles up on Bishop. It's 6-3. It looks like King has found a really nice rhythm as Veta sends it out of play once again. And the lead's 7-3, and another early timeout here for Bishop as King comes out swinging once again. They lead. And we'll be back. This is Real Sports Live. Keep it here.
Hi, I'm Joe with Valencia Heating and Air. Are you worried that your AC might not make it through another brutal summer? Well, I can offer you affordable air conditioning comfort with custom prices that won't break the bank. We service all units across the Coastal Bend, and there's no additional weekend or after-hour fees. We treat our customers the way we would want to be treated, especially when it comes to costly repairs. So if you need service, repairs, or replacement, call Joe to keep you cool. Valencia Heating and Air.
And welcome back. Just a strong start here. A nice outside hit from Badgers. I believe that was Winters. Coming out strong, and she comes up with the ace. So back-to-back good plays, and Bishop coming out strong in that timeout is what you want to see. After they need to take a breather and a regroup. Galarza runs into a couple of Lady Badgers on the net. Gabby Salazar and Maddie Ruiz. And that's 3 straight points coming out of a timeout by Bishop. And the lead's 1. There's Lopez. Over to Zamora. And there's Galarza, and she switches over to that outside on the rotation. And Veta out of play. Miranda Lopez on the serve. Zamora sets it up for Reese. And Guerra for Foster on the outside. And then another nice defensive play. Salazar and Ruiz come up big on that net. Lopez sends it over. Griffith's there. Veta. And Guerra keeps it alive. And Cullum sends it over to the back row. Zamora setting it up for DuPont. Cullum gets it over. Ruiz for Zamora. There's Guerra. Cullum setting up Foster, and Foster delivers. And King with back-to-back points. And this one won't be returned, and King back up by 3. And it seems like they've established a rhythm heading into that third set, and a lot rolling their way now for the Lady Mustangs. There's DuPont. Guerra for McCullum. On the outside, here's Garcia. Griffith ready for it. Zamora setting up DuPont. DuPont goes up strong, and Guerra sends it up high. Zamora setting it up for DuPont. DuPont hesitated a little bit, and they set it up for Garcia on the outside. Zamora, DuPont is going to go again. Garcia, Cullum, setting up for Lopez on that back row attack. And nice play by Lopez as she comes up, and they're going to set up Foster, and Foster with too much on it. And she sends it to that far near side left part of the floor, that far corner. After a pretty lengthy rally, King leads 10-8, and it's going to be Mia Tamez. And nice play there by Cullum. And Foster is there, out of play. Point over to King, and it's an 11-8 lead. And a call that some of the fans not agreeing with, and it's an 11-8 lead for King. Zamora sets it up for DuPont. DuPont for Harley Guerra. And there's McCoy, who just checked in a moment ago. DuPont. Guerra gets low once again. Nice play. And there's McCoy. DuPont for Cullum. Guerra. And Garcia hands it over, and nobody's there. Griffiths out of position as it fell not 2 feet in front of her. And the credit to Garcia on that one. And Cullum, the service error, sends it out of play, and it's a 3-point game. King leading Bishop 12-9. And here's Hannah Griffith, the libero for Bishop, on the serve. And Griffith into the net, and the lead back to 4. And two sequences back to back for Griffith, and visibly frustrated here off camera. She turns to the sideline for a little advice. Cullum, and here comes McCoy strong, and Vetta's there. DuPont sets it up, and Griffith